Hey, what's happening guys? Welcome to eReviews. Lenovo spin-off company ZUK recently entered the Indian market with their Z1 smartphone. I was lucky enough to be invited to Phone Arena's fan meetup where Lenovo's executive explained the features of the device and also had few units for a hands-on experience. In this video, let's take a look at what the ZUK Z1 has in store for the Indian market. So without any further ado, let's get started. Well, let's start off with the design and build quality. Honestly, it's not the refreshing of designs, but given the fact that it was released last year, you can actually cut some slack. Anyways, moving on, up front to the top you have the notification LED light followed by a bunch of sensors, the speaker grill and the 8 megapixel front facing camera with an aperture of f2.2. Below that you have one of the best talking points about this device. It's the 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display. It's got a pixel resolution of 1920 x 1080 and a pixel density of 401 pixels per inch. Now these are similar to other 1080p displays out there, but this is definitely one of the top ranked ones. It's got great and high color saturation and amazing contrast, and it's got 450 nits of brightness, so it's sharp and clear even under direct sunlight. Below that stunning 1080p display you have the home button, which also doubles as the fingerprint scanner, flanked by two backlit capacitive dots which you can configure to your preference. Now coming to the sides of the device, it's got a metallic rim that runs along the entire body along with chamfer edges. Now this is exactly what gives the ZUK Z1 its premium look and feel. And thanks to the ergonomics of this metallic rim, you get a good grip of this rather large device. On the right side of the device you have the power button and the volume rockers, which are again made up of metal and provide great tactile feedback. Towards the left of the device you have the SIM card tray, which will accept dual 4G SIMs, and no, it's not a hybrid slot and you will not be able to upgrade the internal memory. Sliding along to the top you have the 3.5mm jack along with the antenna bands. Moving over to the bottom of the device you have the USB 3.0 Type-C port flanked by the primary microphone and the loudspeaker. At the back to the top you have the primary camera, which is a 13 megapixel Sony IMX214 sensor with a 1.12 micron pixel. Now what makes it stand apart from a regular 13 megapixel camera is the presence of optical image stabilization. Now combine that with a fast and stable cyanogen camera application, you got yourself a pretty good camera setup. It's also accompanied by a dual-tone LED flashlight, which should come in handy during low light situations. Now moving on to the internals, it might put a frown on those specs hungry people's face, but if you know what the SoC is capable of, you'll actually love the setup. It's powered by the Snapdragon 801 processor, which is clocked at 2.5 GHz. Now if you remember, this was the flagship processor from 2014 and it's been at the heart of many amazing devices. Now combine that with the Adreno 330 GPU, 3GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, you got yourself a pretty stable and powerful device. Now this processing setup is backed up by a 4100 mAh battery. Also one of the reasons why this device is a bit on the bulkier side, but hey, I'm not really complaining if it gives me amazing backup. Coming to the software end of things, it runs CyanogenOS 12.1, which is based on Android 5.1.1. Now I know it's a bummer considering that low-end phones are being shipped out with Android Marshmallow out of the box. However, ZUK has promised a software update by the end of this month that will upgrade the Z1 to the latest Marshmallow experience. Now combining the performance-based software along with the stable hardware, you actually have a top contender in the price point. Now speaking of price, the Lenovo ZUK Z1 will be priced at 13,499 rupees starting May 19th. I hope they get rid of this flash sale soon enough so both people and the company can benefit from this device. Alright guys, so that was my quick hands-on and first impressions of the Lenovo ZUK Z1. It seems to be a pretty good device at first glance and definitely at the price point. I'll try to get myself one and make a complete review of it, so make sure you're subscribed to eReviews for that. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and share it on your social media. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.